Tammy literally screamed at me I was a heartless bitch. Honestly, if my husband had a work wife, well, he works from home. I am his work wife.
Down with the work husband, work wives. That system was nice.
It's pretty
OP got it
solid.
down.
Hey guys, welcome to Honey Hearts. I'm Sandra.
And I'm V.
Today we'll talk about stories that are sometimes heartbreaking or heartwarming. Today we have a story in which OP's ex-husband might be a little bit entitled. What do you owe your ex? Let's explore in today's story.
Ooh.
Today's story is from Best of Redditor Updates. Titled, Am I the a-hole because I told my ex-husband outside of our kids I don't care about his life and I don't owe his fiancé anything? The story was posted in February of this year. So my 36 female ex-husband Tom, 35 male, left me for his quote work wife, Tammy, 25 female, 2 years ago. I never liked her even before I found out about their relationship. The first time I met her at a work event, she told me while I was heavily pregnant, my youngest, quote, better up your wife game or I might steal him off you. Well, 3 months later, she did. This woman literally came with him to help pack the day he moved out and tried to have a one-on-one conversation on how she wanted our relationship going forward because she was gonna be in my life.
No way.
Oh man, that's bold.
Oh.
Then said as a joke, quote, told you I'd steal him away. Not gonna lie, I'm thankful she did because when my ex made a comment about her being 23 and her brain not being fully developed, I got the ick so bad, it turned my heartbreak into relief.
Dodge the bullet. Dodge the bullet.
I got everything in the divorce because I got him in his affair fog and gave 50-50 custody for our kids' sake. I'm civil for the sake of my kids so we can both attend events without drama, but other than that, I couldn't honestly care less about them. Around June, Tammy came instead of Tom for pickup and practically skipped towards me to show off her engagement ring.
She's one of those.
She wanted me as a bridesmaid. What?
Wait, what? No way.
She wanted me as a bridesmaid along with my daughters for something I didn't catch because I was in a rush to get our cat to the vet. She got upset because I just said, her whole conversation per Tom's text a few hours later. Oh man, this new fiance, she's bold.
Oh, she's Delulu.
Same happened again in September when she told me she was pregnant, which again, my 0 F's given upset her. In December, when she told me the second I opened the car door, quote, Tom's finally getting a son. To which I sarcastically replied, quote, I'm sure Lord Tom's excited for an heir to take over his land and titles. Which caused drama too, because Tom's family found it hilarious when Tammy was bad-mouthing me.
At least Tom seems like he has reasonable people in his family.
I like that OP sounds confident.
Yeah, I like the sass.
December was the last time I saw her till today at drop-offs with Tom. As they approached me, I noticed Tammy didn't look pregnant anymore. Tammy tearfully said, quote, we lost the baby. I didn't answer and just told Tom our second daughter has a birthday party tomorrow at 3 and the oldest has gymnastics at 5. Tammy literally screamed at me I was a heartless bitch and bitterly grabbed the girl's bag walking away. Tom said I could show a little humanity towards Tammy, and regardless of my feelings, she is my kid's stepmother. I told Tom I don't care about what he's going through because outside of our kids, I don't care about them and I don't owe Tammy anything, especially pity.
Oh yeah, you tell him, OP. You tell him.
He called me an a-hole along with the other things and left. Usually, this wouldn't bother me, but my ex-in-laws, who I have a good relationship with, have told me I should have shown Tammy some empathy and at the very least pretended to care for the sake of the kids.
Yeah, and who showed OP empathy?
All right, well, that's the original story.
Oh, my very choice words for this Miss Tammy, 23-year-old work wife.
How do you feel about work wives?
I hope this is not unpopular opinion. I don't get it when people call their colleagues work wife, work husbands. Because that's kind of weird. Like, what do you mean? You just work together. I don't get it.
So, like, we both have had office experience. Well, we currently do have office experience. And we get the office culture of work wives, work husbands, but it always comes off as a little bit like sleazy sometimes. It really depends.
So weird.
Yeah, it can get a little weird. Like, it's okay when it's all in fun play, but sometimes the line gets a little bit gray.
I don't even think it's like okay to say normally. I just think it's weird to refer to someone who's not your romantic partner as a husband, even if it's work husband, work wife. Like, what does that mean? That you have some sort of like pseudo relationship
like
with them?
It's kind of like a play family, play couple kind of a thing.
That's an ick for me. That's weird.
It can get weird. It's like, I don't really know, but it's interesting that it's so common that there's a term for it.
See, here's my question about the whole work wife, work husband. How do these people who have work wife, work husbands, like, how does your wife or husband feel about it?
Honestly, if my husband had a work wife, well, he works from home. I am his work wife. We both work from home. But if he had a work wife, I would be questioning him. Who is she? And why? How did this happen?
Like, how does one even approach that? It's like, hey, we're such great friends. You know what? Want to be my work husband? Want to be my work wife? How does,
there's got to be a little bit of flutter in the heart there.
Yeah, I feel like there are some feelings involved. Because, I mean, you could say, like, work bestie, right?
Yeah, work bestie is fine. Because a bestie is a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But when you throw in the word like wife and husband, what about your actual wife and husband? It's one thing if you're single, but if you are in a relationship, especially a marriage, that's a little bit
weird.
It's questionable.
It's weird. And then what if like you're at an office function where it's like some offices have like, you know, you can invite other people. You invite your spouses, like an end of year holiday party. Do you say, hey,
wife, this is my work wife? But yeah, I just wanted to ask that because I know it's like common office culture. And
I don't get it.
You know, like office lingo that's thrown around, but
down with the work husband, work wives. I'm sorry.
In this case, in this story, work wife turned out to be almost real wife.
Wait, are they married? Is Tammy?
They're engaged. Tammy is fiance level right now.
So she's about to level up into wife. Yeah. So
one comment says, so you're supposed to show empathy to someone who ruined your marriage and goes out of their way to get a reaction out of you? No, not the a-ho. And OP replies, she said she wanted to be friends and tells people like my in-laws that I can't put the past behind me for the sake of the kids, even called me a pick-me.
Get out of here. I hate that she keeps throwing the kids in, like, empathy for the kids, for the sake of the kids. You know what it is for the sake of the kids? Not cheating.
Not getting their parents divorced.
Not being a home wrecker. I mean, okay, I can already hear the comments saying, why are you guys only talking badly about Tammy? What about the husband? Yeah, the Tammy is obviously an a-hole.
Tammy's forcing an unwanted relationship with OP. I think that's the, like, icky part. And she's kind of manipulating the narrative to the in-law when OP does not want any part of it.
The whole victim, like, I'm the victim. I'm like, yeah, I feel bad for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why does she think that she's entitled to that pity from OP, though, of all people?
One more comment before we move on to the update. He's no longer your problem. He's hers until she becomes too old for him. Enjoy your life. That's the best revenge. OP says, I'm enjoying my life, honestly. Single life is so underrated. I adopted 2 senior cats last week because I found out, guys, I'm so close to adopting a kitten. I just need to find the right one that will choose me. I adopted 2 senior cats last week because I found out at my local book club, our shelter has an end of life event every month. So you can give a senior cat a loving home before the end. I think when my kids are grown, I'm going to be the local cat lady everyone thinks is a witch. I'm all for it.
I'm all for it.
I'm ready
That's
to
a flex,
hop on.
actually.
Yeah, I'm ready to hop on that train. Update comes a day later. So update. I texted Tom today due to Tammy's mental state. I prefer if he or his mom would do all the pickups from now on, and if Tammy's mental health gets any worse, I want the girls full time for a couple of weeks till it's a healthier environment for the kids. OP has the kids' best interest in mind.
Yes. I would say she's the only one. I mean, I'll be honest, from the way Tammy's been speaking, it's like she uses these kids as some sort of like card to play.
Kind of like a crutch, right?
Yeah.
Tom tried to call me, but I texted him. I prefer text, and he said he wanted to have a heart-to-heart. Yeah, not gonna happen. Oh, I love that response. I asked, did it involve the girls, but he said yes. But it's also about all of us going forward and the relationship he wishes for us to have. Basically, he wanted family therapy with himself, me, Tammy, and the kids.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. No. I'm not going to be the bigger person here. OP just has decided this bridge is going to burn. I mean, prioritizing the kids still. I can see that she's still doing that, but
honestly,
why does she need to be in there?
It only takes one person to get out of a relationship. OP is out. And Tammy kind of helped with that. I said if he thinks the kids need to see a therapist, I would be happy to find one we both can agree on. But again, he just kept bringing it back to us. So after a few hours knowing it was going nowhere, I just left him on red. I called my ex-in-laws, told them the situation and how I don't want to be involved with anything Tammy and Tom unless my kids are involved. I reminded them I've expressed multiple times I don't care and I don't want anything more than a civil co-parent relationship. Fair. I told them even though I value my friendship with the family, ex-in-laws, I will go low contact if that happens again.
I love OP setting the boundaries, making her stance, staying strong, not being cowered into it.
OP has set her boundaries from the beginning. Honestly, to me, it's very point blank, no questions asked, what she's looking for. And it seems like Tammy and Tom are looking for something more.
I'm confused because, okay, Tom, you made your choice. You and Tammy go into your little weird sunset, whatever it is you think relationship is going on. But why do they keep trying to pull OP into this?
OP tapped out of this. Well, Tom tapped out of it first, and OP just agreed.
Yeah.
Mother-in-law apologized, saying she was very emotional because at the end of the day, Tom is her son, and he was heartbroken. Plus, the baby was her grandchild, which I completely understand, and I forgive her. Tammy showed up to my house. Now, I've watched enough true crime to know not to open the door.
Thank you. Thank goodness.
And I talked/recorded her by the doorbell cam. She was crying, saying she was sorry, and she wanted to be my friend.
Okay, you know what? I have a new theory. Tammy's not in love with Tom. Tammy's in love with OP.
Oh my God.
She's literally doing the whole crying outside the door. It's like, oh, I just want to be close to you. Let's be friends.
Tammy seems borderline obsessed, yeah. Then she said I need to forgive her because she lost her baby as karma for what she did to me. Parentheses, she was saying other stuff, but I couldn't understand her. I rang the police, then my brother and Tom. She didn't get arrested or anything, but Tom talked to my brother saying he was taking her home and agreed it's best if we have them full-time for now.
You know, one of those horror stories where stereotypically it's always usually a woman character. They go towards the loud noise or weird sounds in the hallway, or they open the door to a stranger, and then you get kind of infuriated and you're like, don't do that. OP is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Opposite of every horror movie lead ever. Usually the leads, for some reason, they feel the need to open the door and investigate. OP was like, nope, I'm calling the cops.
She's like, I don't want any of this. I don't want to know. I don't want to see this.
Boundary set. My girls are home, safe. My brother will be staying with me for the foreseeable future. I'll be seeing a lawyer first time Monday about full custody and a restraining order because I have a sinking feeling it's gonna get worse. Update 2 comes February 5th, so it comes like 2-3 days later. I won't be updating till all legal issues are over with and my own mental health is in a better place, so it could take anything up to 3 to 6 months. Tom sexually assaulted me. It didn't go far thanks to my brother, but it's left me very shaken. I agreed to let Tom come over to visit the kids whenever he wanted, so when he came over yesterday evening and went into the garden with the kids, I went for a shower. Coming out of the bathroom, he cornered me about wanting to talk. I told him it wasn't the time and told him either go out to the girls or leave. He started saying he made a mistake. Tammy was a nut job and he wanted to come home to us. I told him, get the F out of my house and there is no, quote, us. So he started saying stuff I physically can't type without breaking down, then tried to force a makeout session, to put it politely. Thankfully, my brother heard and came running.
I feel sick.
Thank goodness for OP's brother.
OP's instincts were right that things were going to get worse.
Tammy sent hundreds of messages to me and my oldest too, but I can't block her by my lawyer's request. My ex-in-laws have reached out and told me they'll help me with whatever I need. His sisters have disowned him, but this is still very new. They might change their mind. I plan on moving after everything gets sorted, so I won't ever cross Tammy's path. Hi guys, I thought I'd give you what is possibly the last update. Now, this isn't going to be epic or anything. So after everything happened, I was going to press charges for sexual assault, but my ex's family reached out and they wanted to meet with their lawyer. Instead of going the court way, my ex said he'd give me full custody and a large amount of money for the girls, more when they got older. I was shown proof of accounts and were set up with the money already deposited, which can't be touched till they were 18. I took them up on their offer with a condition of my own. Now I know what everyone is going to say, but having a dad on the offender list plus all the courts would have hurt my daughters more. According to Tammy's Facebook Lives, he ghosted her and took their wedding fund her dad gifted them.
Huh. I'm sorry. I hope that however, whether that's the road to cat lady or whatever it is, the OP finds her happiness far, far away from all of these people.
Surrounded by all of her cats.
Yes.
I don't know why did we ever let society fool us into thinking marriage was better than a cozy life with cats. Thank you, Reddit, for everything. As you, Tammy, I know you'll read this, but I wanted to thank you for stealing my husband. You did me the biggest favor in the world. This reminds me of the K-drama Marry My Husband.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, Jiwon?
Have you guys heard of the K-drama on Netflix called Marry My Husband?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Have you guys heard of the K-drama Marry My Husband on Amazon Prime? It is currently pretty spicy. It just concluded, and this sounds like the plot to getting rid of your husband.
Yeah. I mean, plus with cats. I mean, cats are involved here.
Oh, wait, no.
There are cats in the drama. You're right.
Check it out. And just a quick relevant comment. Crazy cat lady in a cottage in the woods is absolutely goals. OP says, why have a wedding ring when you can have cats and cauldron? And I'm going to leave it up there. I appreciate OP providing so many updates and giving us the full story from her point of view. It was very comprehensive, and I am glad that OP is safe.
Quick interruption, guys. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button if you're listening to us on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, don't forget to follow. It helps us a lot. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Thanks. So last story, it was just a bucket of crazy. I can't even say that I was expecting any of that. That was just a whirlwind. Now, this next one I picked because honestly, it made me chuckle a little. So hopefully it makes you guys kind of laugh and kind of have some questions of your own. Am I the a-hole for, quote, pre-gaming my wife's dinners? My wife and I are both 32. Since we got married and moved in together 5 months ago, my wife has simply not made nearly enough food for me. This is not a kind of situation where I'm constantly agitated at her for incompetence or anything like that. I would be more than happy to microwave a burrito. I would be more than happy to whip up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I can't. My wife has, for every single night of our marriage, done the same thing. She'll make me a tiny dinner.
Okay, I was wondering, is it quality or quantity?
Seems like a big quantity issue.
How tiny?
I'm glad you asked. So, OP continues. I'm talking like a Chinese chicken salad with 30 grams of chicken and 10 leaves of lettuce arranged fashionably with dressing. When I finish eating, I'm still hungry because for a 230-pound man who works a physical labor job, it's not enough food.
Is OP's wife trying to put him on a diet?
Is this like a subtle,
Sounds a little silly.
At first, I tried to openly communicate with her, but she always took it horribly. She would adopt a 1,000-yard stare. That's intense. Like a judgmental little stare. And then begin talking about how incompetent she is and how she can't even make her husband a proper dinner. I try to calm her down with, quote, "Oh, honey, that's not the case. I just eat too much," or "Don't worry about it. I can make a bit more." I try to be overwhelmingly positive. It never helped. She would always just get incredibly disappointed in herself, cry, and or take it out on me. Then she would make the same exact amount the following day.
I feel like this would drive you nuts.
This what? So I don't know if you guys know, I'm a huge foodie. You know, Sandra and I, we love our treats. We love our meals. We enjoy life of good food, you know?
I will tell you, before meeting V, I thought I was a pretty, I was a champ at buffets, but I've been proven wrong. And I'm still surprised to this day how much she can eat at a buffet. Well, throughout the day in general.
I get hungry often, okay? A girl's got to eat. All right. OP says, eventually I figured out my own system. On my way home from work, I started swinging by a fast food restaurant and getting myself a burger. I would basically pregame her meals with some more calories. I figured it was win-win, as what she doesn't know can't hurt her. And I could have my fill of food. I would eat on my way home, walk in the door, pick at the salad or quinoa or a homemade mac and cheese she made.
Quinoa.
Oh.
Quinoa.
Guys, I eat the food. I never said I could pronounce all the foods, okay? Quinoa. That sounds so fancy. Or homemade mac and cheese she made. Compliment her for her delicious cooking and later dispose of the wrappers discreetly. 2 days ago, I was on my way home and in line at a drive-thru. My mother-in-law was coming out of the restaurant.
Oh no!
She ran over and greeted me. I asked her in a humorous way not to tell her daughter where she saw me because she'd take it badly. And she agreed.
Oh no!
We can all see where this is going.
Oh no!
But then she narked on me anyway. I got home to a furious wife who demanded details. When I provided the truth, she got extremely angry and looked legitimately hurt. I'm not good at handling confrontation and feel like I betrayed my wife in some way. Was I wrong here?
OP, once you saw mother-in-law, you should have ordered extra portion and brought it home as takeout.
Oh.
Hey, wifey, look what I brought. By the way, I saw mother-in-law.
Right? Like go the route of, this is a surprise for us.
You didn't have to give yourself away. It was such a good system.
That system was nice.
It's pretty solid. Everybody was happy. OP was full.
I mean, he got that system down. I just imagine he's like, all right, it's time for that drive-through, finish it, covers wrappers, sneaks in.
I wonder if wifey ever smelled leftover fast food, because fast food has a smell and it makes the whole car smell like it. I think it even makes your clothes smell like it.
Yeah. Like, I'm imagining if you're eating a greasy burger, for example, or like even if you get fries, like you smell that.
Mm-hmm.
See, all jokes aside though, I would say, on one side, I don't want to advocate for you lying to your wife, but man, you are hungry.
A man's got to eat.
Yeah. A man, woman, whoever you are, you got to eat. And I feel like he did try to talk to his wife. So there's been no updates to this that I can see, and no responses that, update us on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, earlier when you were mentioning like maybe, is it a health reason that OP is excluding here? Because I mean, we know he's 230 pounds, but is it like, in proportion to weight, health? What's the issue?
Well, I'm not really good at reading, but like I think 230 is for a grown man doing physical labor work. I don't think that is too crazy. It could be 230 of muscle. It
depends on like the person and their lifestyle.
Yeah,
seems like he's doing like a labor intense job,
so he's active.
So he's active. Like, we don't know if it's a health reason, but because I think the health angle is interesting though, because if she's making chicken salad, she's making quinoa, she's making like homemade foods, like if it's just those are the only foods. Is it because either she is a small eater and she just wants to match him for whatever reason?
But once the spouse is telling you that he needs more food, can't you just double the proportions at least?
Yeah.
You know, if I was OP, I would I'd probably suggest dinner dates more often.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let me clarify. What would you do if your husband came to you and said, "Hey babe, I'm gonna make this portion. I've got this whole like new diet going on, quinoa, some mac and cheese, and only chicken salads. This is what we're gonna eat forever." What would you do?
Can you make at least one portion of each of those and can we have all of them? I don't know. I'm like, I understand the health benefits if that is the intention, but it's also unhealthy to not meet your caloric needs in a day. And men and women have different, amounts of calories that they should eat in a day. It doesn't sound like he's meeting that with dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he just needs to have a bigger lunch and big breakfast, but...
Oh, yeah. I love how, like, OP, like, immediately fessed up and was like, wait, don't tell mom-in-law, don't tell my wife, please. And then she'd be like, yeah. And then he comes straight home, so right away.
And he spills everything.
First comment, it's a little concerning that she goes full passive-aggressive when you say something to her. It sounds like she has a really hard time when her carefully crafted mental image of herself is even slightly challenged. Not the a-hole. I think they're referring to the OP's wife here. Like how she was kind of like staring him down and kind of ignoring what he was saying about the food. Next comment, not the a-hole. You've tried communicating openly and directly with your wife, but she refuses to hear you. You found a harmless way to fix the issue when she refused to make any changes. Any chance your wife has a eating disorder? Not the a-hole. Quote, she would adopt 1,000-year stare and then begin talking about how incompetent she is and how she can't even make her husband a proper dinner. When she does this, you need to cut her argument off immediately. This is not fixing the issue at all, nor is it adding anything of value. If anything, she's emotionally abusing you by saying this. The quote, oh, woe is me, I'm so stupid mentality. No. I don't know how else to stress to you that this is a communication issue with your wife. You're bringing up the issue clearly and she's refusing to see it. I don't understand her logic. If you are still hungry, you guys should just make more food. Yeah. Yes, one can argue that you could just make more, perfectly reasonable. But then what? She gets mad that you're making more food? The fact that you are getting food before dinner should be a huge tip-off. You are still hungry and just need more. Frankly, when she complains about how hurt she is, you just say the exact same thing. What else are you supposed to do when you bring up how hungry you are and nothing changes?
I don't get it. Can't you just make more?
Yeah.
Like use the same ingredients, but just make more?
Yeah. Although I do agree with the comment here. They're saying it's like, okay, you make more, but then the communication issue is still there where it's kind of weird that she won't make any compromises, I guess. I think in this case, of all the verdicts, Reddit has said not a-hole, and I have to say strong agree.
How can you be the a-hole if you're just hungry and you're just trying to be able to eat enough for dinner?
It's so sad.
It sounds miserable.
My tummy hurts just from thinking for OP.
We should grab food after this.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. We definitely need to grab food. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So those were our stories for today. Hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. We picked out these stories with you in mind. And let us know in the comments if you thought the same as us and what advice you would give to OP in either situations.
And don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Like this video, comment below your thoughts. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Spotify at Honey Hearts Podcast. And rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Talk to you later.
Bye.